Hello and welcome to the Penno channel. We just got back from the game. Aston Villa won, Sheffield United won. Villa, the unbeaten run, the winning run at home comes to an end after 15 games. This was the 16th. Sheffield United and Cameron Archer gets a goal at Villa Park. Before we start, if you could like the stream, if you're new around here, drop us a subscription. I'm joined with my bro. We've both just come back from Villa Park. Bro, how you feeling after that one?
Yeah, a bit of a mad game, to be honest. Gutted our winning runs come to an end, but encouraged by the fact that we managed to find a way to get an equaliser.
Yeah, for sure. That's how I'm feeling as well. After the game, was a bit disappointed because the record's come to an end. We're against bottom of the league and we failed to win. But you can take the positive that we've got a goal from behind again, and it's in the last 9 minutes. So we showed courage and determination to get an equaliser. But yeah, just a bit disheartened at the minute. Just because it was such a real opportunity for us to go top of the league. And, that's such a rare occurrence for Villa. And, to be top just for one night would have been really nice. But that's not the case. So, yeah, let's get into it then, bro. Firstly, the lineup, what were your thoughts regarding that?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with the lineup, to be honest. Seeing Cash and Dean start, I just thought you're playing a low block. They're gonna sit back and they're gonna invite us to have the ball. So you want better technical players, in my opinion. I know Dina's got a great cross on him, but more so with Cash, I just think he can struggle with the ball at his feet. So I was hoping to see Moreno start. I wanted to see Carlos start as well.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I liked the remaining six players. I thought like seeing Moreno, McGinn, Louise, Ramsey, Diaby, and Bailey together, and Watkins. I was encouraged by that. What about you?
Yeah, I think I agree. I did want to see Cons at right back and Diego Carlos because his passing ability is so good, especially against a side that we know are going to sit in a 6-3-1 or a 5-4-1. Yeah, I was surprised by that. Moreno as well just offers a bit different to Digne, but yeah, I did think we just had enough. I wasn't surprised Lenglet came into the side. I thought left-footed CB to replace Pau Torres. He's not as good as Pau Torres, but that's his game. He's decent on the ball. Yeah, I was excited with the front six, with both Diaby and Watkins and Bailey starting, as well as Ramsey operating off the left. So yeah, I had confidence that we'd go into it and get the 3 points. So yeah, quick one. Charlie says yes, boys. Thanks for joining us, Charlie. Yeah, so getting into the game and the first half itself, how did you feel we played? Because for me, I think it was a bit static, pedestrian at times. I know that's how we like to play in the build-up. I know that works a lot, but considering they were sitting in a 6 at times, and it was hard to break down. I thought we were just a bit slow with the ball. A number of things happened in that first half. One of them being, the push on Ollie Watkins in the box, which we've seen some suggest that was a penalty. Yeah, what was your thoughts on the first half and that incident as well?
Yeah, I just thought naturally with Lenglet being the one to encourage the build up, he's just a bit slower than Pau in terms of like that rhythm. So that was a main reason why I thought we were a bit slower. Then McGinn receiving from deeper, he's not as comfortable in them positions. He's better further up. So that was another reason. And yeah, it's a lot of new players today playing. So it's just that rhythm and players out of position. So it's just that rhythm and timing thing as well. Ramsey's still getting back the full 90s. So I think the first half was just pedestrian. We did get some nice chances. Or Diaby had a big chance. That was a good save from Fodringham. But yeah, apart from that, bro, it wasn't a normal Villa. We used to see Villa just blitz teams in the first half. What about you? What did you think?
Yeah, we kind of touched on that. It'd be difficult because Chris Wilder, he knows how to set up his teams in those scenarios, and he was going to make it tough for us to get a victory. Yeah, I just thought he was a bit passive at times in the first half. Didn't really create too much. I know Esri had a massive chance at the back post from a corner. which was unlucky, just went over. Watkins had a shot on the turn as well, but with the numbers, the XG numbers as well, for all the possession and dominance with the ball, we didn't really create as much in the first half. Now we can go into some decisions that weren't given. Firstly, the Watkins, the push. We've managed to look at it back since we've got back. We couldn't really see from the whole during the game. Do you think it was a penalty, or do you think it would have been a soft one to give?
I just think it's one of them where the on-field decision's crucial. Like, we're American football fans, and we understand that the on-field decision, there has to be enough reason to overturn. And I feel like if the referee gives the penalty, it stays as a penalty. The referee doesn't give a penalty, there's not enough evidence to overturn his decision. It's not like a glaring mistake. You get me? So frustrated, man, because if the ref sees it, he should just be given the penalty, and then we've got a massive breakthrough in the first half. What about you?
Facts. Yeah, I agree. I think it's difficult to, if the referee gives it, then it's difficult to overturn it either way, or if he doesn't give it, it's a tricky one. It does look like he's pushed him as well as pulled his shirt as well, but is there enough intent for them to overturn it from what the ref's given? I'm not too sure. So yeah, I can see why you'd think and why you wouldn't think it would be given. Just a few comments in here. Standing on the word, thanks for joining us. Stonewall penalty, it was arm to ball. Yeah, we'll get onto that because I think that's one of the biggest claims we had from that game. Rich has joined us. Thanks for joining, Rich. Yo, Penno and Adam goes, I'm not going to lie, I'm pissed. Yeah, I hear you. He also says, no pace, final ball, one shot on target in the first half, joking. Stand on the word also says, being a low block, we needed Wendy, Coutinho type players to open them up, and Ramsey isn't sharp enough yet. He's not dribbling the ball, driving into the box like before. He had a few attempts at like driving forward with the ball, I remember, but it's not the same level yet as he was playing to last season. And I think it's just still going to take time, and he's going to just continue to need more minutes. Rich says, VAR robbed, clear penalty twice, and disallowed goal, gutted. Yeah, it's a bit of a sickener. And Charlie felt like a VAR check every 5 minutes in the first 20. And just as we were building, it break our momentum. Yeah, that's a massive point as well. From Charlie, it did feel like at times our momentum was just getting broken because how many times, it went to VAR in the booth, and you can't. It's hard to build up momentum at that point if, there's just huge breakups and stoppages of play. I think in the end, though, it was only 2 additional minutes in the first half. It felt like,
which is crazy.
It felt like it should have been way longer, like how long it took to make decisions. But yeah, they only gave 2 additional minutes. Yeah, Sheffield offered virtually nothing in the first half, nothing at all. So it was down to us to break them down, and I just thought that we didn't offer enough in the first half to do that. So yeah, at half time, it was, we're still thinking, yeah, we'll change it, or we'll get more into the game. How did you think the second half went? The first opening stages before there was the controversial decision regarding the disallowed goal.
Just to touch back on what Standing on the Ward said about the low block. I just made the point against Brentford. I do think like we can struggle a bit with the speed and tempo that we play at when a team's just happy to just put 10 men behind the ball. And I said at the time, like, we're gonna have to face this all season now. Like, relegation battle teams are gonna take inspiration from what Sheffield United did today and be like, okay, you can play like this against Villa and you can frustrate them. So yeah, was a bit I don't know. I wouldn't say annoyed. Sorry, not annoyed. I wouldn't say like disheartened or anything, but I just feel like there's little things that maybe we might have to get a player in January that's like quicker, bit of speed, bit of link up play to get in behind. But yeah, we do miss a Buendia type, I think, in these type of scenarios. On the second half, I was surprised to see no changes, bro. Really, I thought Moreno should have come on straight away. Thought Carla should have come on for cash. Kanza go right back. I was surprised that didn't happen. What about you? What did you think about our start to the second half?
Yeah, he just followed the same pattern. It wasn't, as intense as I thought it was going to be. I thought at times play broke up towards Cash, and it's starting to stick out a bit. Cash on the ball at times. He just gets caught on the ball, or he's slow to progress the ball, or he doesn't have the ability to beat his man when overlapping at times. So it kind of, the play breaks up on that side. I thought McGinn at times struggled in the midfield. In the second half, he got caught on the ball a few times because, he's not used to playing that position now. He's more offensive these days. He plays, off the left or off the right, higher up. And there was a few times that I remember Sheffield United players, just nicking the ball off him. And I felt Bubba was a massive miss just for that reason, because we're just used to playing with Bubba and Dougie in the middle. And yeah, with McGinn further forward, I think he just offers way more. So yeah, those were two things that were kind of like breaking up the play a bit and wasn't allowing us to play and get our momentum and our groove. From there, second half, yeah, I can't really remember too much going on before the goal. First half, got the chance Moussa Diaby had. That was a very good save by Wes Foderingham. Again, Diaby was quiet in a lot of spells as well. Yeah, I just feel
Well,
some players.
what do you think about? Should we speak about Diaby then? Because I don't know. There's a lot of fans that are saying he's been quite average for a while now. I think it's 1 goal in 15 games in all clubs. What do you think? What do you think's missing with Diaby at the moment? Doesn't look like he wants to take his man on every time. He's not getting into like real goal scoring positions consistently. I know he had his chance in the first half, but what do you think about Diaby?
I don't know what it is, because he was excelling at the start of the season. It might just be a rut of form, or I don't know, a bit of confidence. Yeah, because he was absolutely flying, and you could tell he was like a star signing at the start of the season. Do you know what I mean? He was playing like he was that guy, and I think he's just lost a bit of confidence through this part of the season. We'll keep trying with him and keep attempting, of course, but yeah, I just think he's in a bit of a lull at the minute, and he just needs to find form. Yeah, that's my thoughts regarding Diaby. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I just expected a bit more electricity. It's a bit more getting the ball and taking on your man, more link-up play. We always say on the podcast his creative numbers are decent, so I don't want to get on for that. But 1 goal in 15 games, I mean, it is a bit concerning for me. I'd like to see him get into better positions more. Us utilize his pace. I know today it's hard when they play like a deep block, but even in other games.
Yeah.
I think if he starts against United, that'll be a massive game because they'll probably play high.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a massive game for him.
Yeah, facts. A few
I
comments.
don't want to get too onto him. I don't want to get too onto him. No, but it's just something.
Rich says it was like they were determined to play through the middle when you could see Bailey and Diaby had the beating of them. Can't understand why we can't play quicker when they drop the low block. Yeah, you saw how quick we could play when after they scored, which we'll get onto, but we started to really move the ball then, and we ended up getting an equaliser. He also says, Adam Jones, we desperately need a right back and attacking midfielder striker. I think right back's imperative now. A right back that's good on the ball and can beat the opposing fullback. I think that's such a big thing now in the system. Charlie says McGinn just struggles to receive in those deeper areas. He can't get the ball out of his feet quickly enough, and pressure comes. Yeah, exactly. And then because he's so heavily reliant on his left foot, he tries to move his body and his positioning just to get the ball to that, and he can sometimes just get caught on the ball. Standing on the word, says Richard Edwards. I do agree with that, and I think that's regarding the requirements for a striker and the right back. So getting into the decision, the first one, the goal. What are your thoughts regarding that? The disallowed goal. It's a great finish and move from Leon Bailey and Watkins after initial corner comes in. Sheffield United cleared the ball, so to my understanding, that's a new phase of play. We end up getting it back. Watkins squares it for Bailey to tuck away. Now, the decision from the VAR booth was that Jacob Ramsey had his hand on Wes Foderingham, but was also being pulled at the same time, I think, by Bogle. What are your feelings regarding that? Do you think the goal should have stood, considering it was given on the field?
Well, my initial feelings were of embarrassment because I was standing on chairs when that goal went in. I was going mental. So for that to be taken away, that was gutting, man, because those were mad celebrations. with McPhee, we always have a player that goes on the goalkeeper. Like
Mm,
that's our whole game plan. We have to disrupt the goalkeeper to stop him, and then we all get a player to get like a big chance around. I
yeah.
don't think Ramsey needs to hold on to his arm. Like you, I know he's getting pulled himself, and that's bad, and it's probably not enough for a penalty, but he's probably putting Ramsey off a bit. But I don't think he has to pull and make that action on Foderingham. Like your presence being there is enough to annoy the keeper and put him off slightly. Don't think he has to pull him. But saying that, there's about 2 actions that take place after
That
this.
thing for me, yeah.
Bro, Sheffield United get the ball. I think it's twice, and their guys carrying the ball. We have to suffer because he can't play his pass.
Yeah.
Would he? He's not. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a new phase of play.
Mm. That was the thing
And
for me. I think I think in the rules, there's no amount of time or no amount of passes before it's a new phase of play. But
is it not?
surely, I think that might be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But surely, that when you've kicked it a few times and had the opportunity to clear the ball, that should be come down to a new phase. But obviously not. So, yeah, what are you gonna say?
Got in because we don't drop points when we go a goal up. Like we know
Yeah,
as Villa
yeah.
fans how vital that goal would have been
Yeah,
for
it was
us.
huge. It was huge, and you knew if once the goal was going to come, we would have held out or gone on to get more. It was just about getting that first goal and killing all their confidence. And yeah, it just wasn't to be. It never came.
And it's
Another
mad because us in the stadium, there was no announcer saying there's a VAR check until ages after. The ref had done the semicircle. All the players were in the semicircle waiting to kick off, except for the keeper who had the ball by his side. He's got in, man. As soon as it goes to the monitor, you know what's coming. So
yeah, exactly. And to be fair, the atmosphere was outstanding throughout. Even when we went down the goal, the Villa fans were right behind the team, which is really good to see, man. I mean, they deserve it, for winning 15 home games in a row. They deserve that full support. But that was very encouraging. No one got against the team at all, which was great. Just a few more comments before we go on to the next decision. Standing on the word says, considering Diab and Bailey through Bailey, not so much, but I don't understand why they don't go round the outside and cross it. It would keep coming back inside when you can use your other foot to cross it. Yeah, I think they're just heavily left-footed reliant and don't trust their other foot sometimes. Destroy 346 says, as an Arsenal fan, I think the January window decides who wins the league. If we do nothing and you bring in 2 or 3 signings, I think it's yours. Or you've got more confidence regarding that than me. Regarding the league. Deontay says these festive period fixtures generally produce wild results, and so it has proven true once again. While the winning streak is over at VP, at least the unbeaten run continues. Yeah, and that was a huge thing to get the equaliser for sure. That shows a really strong mentality from the squad. And, getting 2 against Brentford last week, coming from behind like late on in the game, and then also getting an equaliser against Sheffield United. We're still going. We're still at it. Even when, things are against us, we're still getting goals, crucial goals as well to claim points. And we just need to build on that. That will come. Richard always says we need a bigger squad, but Buendia back in February. So hopefully with the new investors, we will go for it in Jan. Is that true? Buendia's looking to be back for Feb?
nah, I don't
No.
know. I think people see Buendia doing his workouts and get encouraged, which is fine. But I don't know. I haven't seen anything new on other than like April, May time. So
Okay. Rich knows it's Feb. I hope Rich is right.
yeah, listen, I might not know anything. So
speaking on the next decision, then the handball, and I think this one's the one that's grates with me the most. This one was peed me off because it looks like, I think, is it Baldock? Is it the player? He's absolutely just swung his arm towards the ball. The ball's moved in a forward motion, like because he swung his arm. It's a stonewall penalty, that one. I think the excuse is it's hit his sleeve, but I don't think it has. I think it's hit his arm, and it's just like, what's going on? I mean, again, they'll use the rule. There wasn't enough to overturn it, but from the camera footage that we've seen from after the game, it looks like an absolute stonewall penalty. What you thought?
yeah.
I can't believe that. That
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Well, like what are they claiming? Like his hand's still near his body, so it's not a handball.
No,
Like
I
he's
think they've
reached
said
into it.
it's his sleeve, so it's not a handball. That's how they've ruled it. That it's hit
Right,
his
right.
sleeve, so it's not a handball. But you clearly see it hits his arm, like it hits
Yeah,
under it.
and isn't your sleeve attached to your arm? Like, what's going on? Like, what are the
Yeah, but
so what? You're gonna
the
say it was
handball
high?
rule, they use
Too high?
anything above sleeve, they say it's not
Nah,
handball in it.
man,
But
that's a
anything below
handball.
sleeve is handball. It's just like, yeah.
The fact that
That one's the one that's really got me, because it's
the
like,
fact that there's been 3 VAR checks in terms of like giving us a penalty, and we just haven't had any of them is a bit mental. But I was saying to you, weren't I? Like this season, it doesn't really feel like VAR has been against us that much.
nah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
in the Arsenal game, like Gabriel Jesus, in my opinion, that's a stonewall penalty, and they didn't get that. So like we've kind of like ridden a wave. I think that's why it's so fresh as well, because we haven't really experienced VAR screwing us. But today, just felt like the referee in general from the off weren't giving fouls that were fouls, and
Yeah.
I think referees have got this thing where they don't want to just book players. It's like, listen, I understand you want the game to flow, but a booking's a booking. Like, what are we doing here? Like, frustrating, bro.
It was that decision for sure was the most frustrating one for me. It just looked like a blatant pen. But yeah, Rick says Zaniolo, I'm so happy he's off the mark. Hope he goes on now. Seen it on the Villa website page. Okay. He also says, yeah, blatant handball. He batted it away. That's it. It's like he was playing volleyball and he was trying to dig the ball out. He was mad. He also says, how VAR didn't get the ref to look at it as he moved towards the ball. I don't know. Yeah, we were there, so we don't know how it went down. Regarding the ref and how long they looked at it. I imagine it was a long time, because there were so many decisions tonight and so many VAR checks. I can't remember which one was which, man. It's ridiculous. Stand on the Word says, on Sky Analysis, they said it was a definite Stonewall penalty. No doubt at all. Would complain to the FA. If they're stating that, then yeah, we've been done for that. Charlie, ref set a precedent with Norwood being allowed off with that late one on Douglas for free. Yeah, he weren't looking to get his cards out, and I think at one point, was it Bailey made that was a cynical foul, to be fair. He got his booking out for that, and then he gave them one that I can remember, which for something similar.
I think that's something we can improve on. Sorry to cut you off, bro, but just quickly, our transitional fouls, do it early. This is what Man City are amazing at, and Emery needs to get it into them more. You foul quickly when they're in their box. Don't let them carry the ball up into their half. Give the foul, get booked anyway, and give them a free kick in a dangerous area. You got to make the foul quick.
Yeah,
So
fair.
move on.
Yeah, fair. So yeah, it's just from around the 80th minute mark. It seemed, Chris Wilder had brought on Gustavo Hamer. He'd made a few other changes, brought on McAtee as well. And it seemed like the tide turned a bit of the whole game. They had a few opportunities. McAtee had a shot, which Emmy plucked out the air, which was a good save.
Yeah,
And
like
then,
that, he did the parry as well. Like he kept the ball.
yeah, it was a really good save, top save. And, for someone who hadn't been tested the whole game, he was switched on for that. And then Conson nearly scores an own goal. They whip a ball across. And looking back at it when we got back, I didn't realise how close it was. It's just gone past the post. So in that final 10 minutes, that they, obviously had thought, we can nick this. And they nearly did. And of all the people, of course, it had to be the homeboy, Cameron Archer, to get the initial goal. It's poor defending, really. I mean, McGinn's fighting for his life, trying to get back, and Haim to stop the cross, and Haim's just, turned inside and just he sent sliding. And I thought Lenglet had quite a competent game, but from the goal, it looks like he's just absolutely left Archer. I think there's a number of Villa defenders around him, but just like around the area, but no one close to him whatsoever. And he's just, Archer, if he gets a chance like that, he's going to bury it.
Yeah.
And yeah, at that point, my heart sank, because it was like,
well, we're not used to it, are we? We're not used to seeing the opposition score, especially that late. Like it hasn't been a thing. Lenglet, we know his passing can be good, and he was playing some decent passes in the first half. But the biggest criticism of him is defensively, he's not good enough. He's not as good defensively. Even a Mings more tuned on defensively. He's let Archer come across. He's lost his man, and it's a big chance, and Archer's never going to miss. And I can't be mad at him. Like, I've looked at the celebrations; it's muted celebrations. He hasn't given it like the big one. Like, he's just jogged
He
over.
didn't celebrate. He didn't
Yeah,
celebrate.
yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
criticism of that. Listen, we've
He
chosen to
criticised.
stop. I've seen criticism on Twitter and stuff, and people saying like, why would you like stuff like that? Or Archer, like, he's got to remember, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like the academy days and stuff. But listen, we sold him. Like, we made that decision. He can do whatever he wants. He scored. He's got his team in it. And I was impressed with his performance because you're playing for Sheffield United. They did not come to play football today, which is fair. They can play how they want. And he's managed to get a goal. And yeah, fair play, man.
Yeah, but at that, I can't lie. At that moment, it was just like, of all the people to score
He was
against the
gutting.
bottom of the league, to lose the record, and it just felt like everything was sinking in that point. Like, losing the bottom of the league, former player scored the winner, the unbeaten, no, the winning run plus the unbeaten run all going at once.
What's
And
funny is you see people on Twitter and online that make them jokes about Villa Rare Tete have won all these games. Villa nil, Archer won. The Villa nil, Sheffield United won, Archer goal.
80 odd minute, 80,
Yeah. And then I
87
think sometimes I just think these jokes are so boring. Like, how many times are we gonna go through this? Like, we're not the same Villa. Then for it to happen, I was just like, for fuck's sake, man. Like,
yeah, absolute stinker. But what we can take from it is we've got heart and we've got a strong mentality. Because after that happened, it was okay. We're going to at least try and get one back here. And of all the players to do so, it's Nicola Zaniolo with a really good header. I mean, Dougie's plucked out a ridiculous ball, and that's the quality that Douglas Luiz has. Zaniolo's made a great run. Wes Fodringham's caught in no man's land, and he's just got ahead of him and just nodded it over him. It was a great finish. Overzealous in the celebrations because I know he's just scored his first Premier League goal. Had to be dragged back from the whole because I think Duran and everyone were like, "We can get a winner here," which wasn't to be.
You ever seen that Dan James picture when he's celebrating for United and Rashford and Marshall are like, "What are you doing, man? Come back to the." It was one of them scenarios.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, that was a massive relief, just that we didn't lose and we kept the unbeaten run going, which is a huge positive. At least we can still say we're unbeaten at home this season in the league.
Archie getting the winner would have been too much for me. Like, to lose, like, we would have been. At least we've left with the momentum still in our favour, but we've still scored as well. So Emery just doesn't do 0-0s. Like, still doesn't have a Premier League 0-0. That's why I knew a goal was coming. So when they scored it, I was gutted. I was like, Jesus, man. But
yeah, resilience. So we showed real resilience and heart to come back and get a point from the game.
They're so lucky that there wasn't the 10 minutes left. Because we would have found a way. Because what killed me is them, like, from the kickoff, just punting it like it's rugby or American football.
When it was 1-1, they just absolutely, it was like rugby. They just booted it to the corner. They didn't even want to play. And even then, we created another opportunity at the end. Cash put a really good ball in at the end, and
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. 5 more minutes we just needed, man. Like,
yeah, it wasn't to be, bro. It wasn't to be. A few more comments. Let's start off here. Rich says it was always going to happen. Archer scoring against us. Yeah, standing on the word. Archer was the only one in the box. Loads of defenders. Not one person picked up Archer. That was poor defending. We needed Carlos. Yeah. Deante wants to know what your Twitter is. I don't know if you're.
I'll drop it in the comments.
Oh, okay. Rich says, big miss all 4 of these guys. Torres, Carlos, Yuri, and Kamara. Yeah, big players, but I think we had more than enough to cope with that tonight. I just think our build-up was just a bit slow and we were a bit pedestrian at times. And Sheffield United were really organised. Standing on the word. Well, in the end, Sheffield are nowhere near us. They're still relegation spots, so let them chew on that. Yeah, but they'll take some confidence from that. I don't think they'd got a point on the road, had they, before today at all? So that's a huge point. I don't think so. No, I don't think they had.
They're coming there bright yellow.
I might, yeah.
But listen,
Manny Central. Go on.
Yeah, I just don't get this idea of people saying like Sheffield United, they're anti-football. Like, what are they doing? We're a top side now. We're gonna have to deal with this.
Yeah,
Teams are
they're
gonna
not going
come.
to be any team that are going to play that
Yeah,
like that.
they can play football however they want. Who cares? It's up to us to break them down and find a way. It's not up to them to let us just come for them to press us or whatever and play high or come forward so that we can have the gaps. Now, man, we've got to find a way. So
Facts. Manny Central, shout out Manny. Check out his channel. Does great videos on all things Villa. Petition for Anthony Taylor to resign. Never played at our best today, lads. Got the draw and we moved. Exactly, we moved. We got the point. You know, equalised in the last minute. So, you know, bit of confidence in the side. And yeah, we move on to the next one. Man United away. Rich says, the one thing I'll take from that game is mentality and character up the Villa. Yeah, huge. Shout out Anfield, Uncle Rod. Shout out Rods. He goes, yo, bro. Thanks for joining us, Rods. Rich, we've got to learn how to deal with the low block. Yeah, and there'll be plenty of more teams that will try and play that way against us for sure. And yeah, standing the word goes, that's right. Charlie, just watched it back. Can't believe the ref hasn't decided that's a new phase. Yeah, that's the thing about that. That's the most concerning regarding VAR. It's not the foul. I can kind of see why it would be given the foul, but if the referee hasn't blown for it in that period, then surely it's a new phase of play. And, you know, that just gets brushed over because it's a new phase. They had the opportunity to get rid of the ball before he's come back to Watkins, who then squared it to Bailey. So, yeah, a lot of contentious decisions and zero going in our favour. So, yeah, we move on to Old Trafford. Any more points you want to make, bro?
just another comment on Moreno. He's getting a little knack for these back post runs. Is this a new way of us unlocking defences?
Yeah, he had a huge chance again, another back post header, which was a good save from Fodringham. Really good save. He is. He's finding himself free at the back post, which is a good thing. There'll be other teams.
Yeah, man, it's interesting. Like, I'm all for it. Like, we've seen that he knows how to score from him. Like, he scored his last two against Leggio and Brentford. So
Yeah,
long may it continue, man.
yeah.
Let him get these chances. And I think he should have started today, man. I'm sorry, Digne just doesn't offer. He's good at crossing, but he just doesn't offer that on the ball technique to beat a man and get into the box. So frustrating looking back. I wonder if Emery thinks maybe like he should have started him. I don't know. We won't know, but yeah.
I think there's a lot of games coming up, and you know you have to use your squad now. It's a squad game.
Yeah.
I think he thought the side had more than enough. So do I. I think that side had more than enough to get the job done. I just don't think we're 100% at it. And you know we've got Man United on Tuesday, and then you've got Burnley again on the weekend. Possibly he's saving those players, especially Moreno, who's just come back a few weeks ago, expecting to play Brentford, and then you know come into this one as well as. Did he play Leggio as well? Not Leggio. Did he play Mostar as well? Or was that Digne? I think he might have played some minutes in that as well. So
he played Mostar. Yeah.
So he might just be getting him back into the swing of things. And yeah, I thought we had more than enough to win today. Anyway,
he's mad because. Carry on, sorry, bro.
No, he just says, "Got a bounce back. Got a bounce check. Your Boxing Day live up the Villa. Yeah." Huge game at Old Trafford.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, cheers for that,
Rich. And anyone, if you're new here, please like and subscribe the video. We love the community we're building. We love all your questions, and we appreciate you just being in the stream with us and using your time to listen to us speak about the club we all love. So yeah, if you can subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, I just want to speak about our last 3 games. It's funny because if you say we got 7 points from Arsenal, Brentford, and Sheffield United, you'd be like, yeah, I'm buzzing with that if you were told that before. But the fact we've already won the first 2 games and then you got the chance to go top of the league, like it's not going to happen. Is like we didn't get the top of the league at Christmas. Like
it was like the 5 games before that, and the 1 point was Bournemouth, and it's just like
and then we lost to Forest or something.
Spurs away, Man City, Arsenal, Brentford, but yeah,
and then lost to Forest. It's just like the one game you'd think,
yeah. Charlie says we tend to respond to negative results with big performance too. Need that same level of response on Boxing Day. Yeah, facts.
Well, I mean, if we beat United, then all's well again, isn't it? But I think that'll be a tough game, man. I think United will be a tough game. I know it sounds mad, and I know they've been in and out of form, but something about going to Old Trafford with Villa, like you always do have that little bit of anxiety a bit, but hopefully, well, I was going to say hopefully we'll have players back, but Kamara's missing. Cash is now suspended for that game, so I think we might see Moreno, Lenglet. Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hopefully, Powell's back for the United game because we missed him today. But I think Cash being suspended almost guarantees now Carlos will play and Cons will probably be right back.
Yeah, facts indeed. Just before we go, shout out a few things. They had that on brand, the badge that Chris had posted there at the start. They had the light show as well. And we also saw Will Still sitting in the upper Holt. He was watching the game. He was at the game, getting a tactical view from the upper Holt. Yeah, that was a bit mad walking out at the end, and he was there watching. I think you were saying they're on a break now, aren't they, in France?
Yeah.
So yeah, he'd come to watch the Villa, Unai Emery and his tactics. But yes, it was a shame. It's a real shame, but yeah, as we say, showed great mentality to get the point, man. And it's been a ridiculous year. It's been an absolutely amazing year at home, and 2023.
We'll get over it. Quick turnaround. That's what I love. There's a quick turnaround.
It's Christmas, so the fixtures. Quick turnaround Tuesday. We go again.
Even Burnley being the next home game, like I just feel I feel like they come out to play, don't they? I don't think Burnley will have a similar. I mean, Company sticks to his principles. He's not going to change now, so hopefully we get more joy against them. I was going to say one more thing as well. That I was just thinking of, but yeah, it's past me.
It's gone. Go on, you can do it.
I can't believe that's past me like that. It's gone. It's gone.
It's late.
Yeah, it's late.
Liar.
Anyway, what I was going to ask you, what did you? This wasn't what I was going to ask. But it's something different. What do you think of Duran's cameo coming on?
Again, it's just I really like Duran, yeah, but at one point he had there was another VAR check to see if he should have been sent off. I don't know what actually happened. I know one bit he stuck his arse out in someone and gave away a free kick in the first 10 seconds of coming on. But then he's a nuisance. He laid it off fantastically at one point in the second half for Watkins to have a shot.
You should have done better.
Yeah, he's a nuisance, man. He just gets about, and he has that little bit of quality. He does have quality as well. So yeah, I like Duran, man. I like Duran, and he did have an impact again when he came on. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like, if there are any Sheffield United fans that do find the stream and do go on to watch this, bro, fair play to them, man.
Yeah,
this is the team. Bro, part of me at the end was just like, you know what, fair play to their fans as well, traveling on a Friday. They've suffered all season, man. They haven't had anything to cheer about. And listen, it is what it is. It's football, man. They can play however they want. They defended well. Obviously, we did get unlucky with some of our decisions, but man, they still found a way to score a goal as well. So you know what, man, fair enough to them. And it looks like they are better under Wilder already than I'm probably gutted that we faced them with Wilder coming in. Actually, it would have been better to get that.
Can't have it all your own way, man. This is the Prem.
I know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure. Bro, I'm just relieved we didn't lose. I think the vibes going in quick succession, if we lost that game, fans would have been even more negative, I feel like, which is natural. But the fact we've come back and we're the ones that equalised, it wasn't a last-minute Archer goal to get rid of our. Do you know what I mean? We've kept.
We've had to show minerals again to get back in it. Yeah, for sure, facts. Anyway, bro, thanks for joining me. It's been a pleasure again to do this. We thought we'd just jump on after the game because to get our thoughts out and you guys to drop some comments and get your thoughts out as well. For everyone celebrating Christmas, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. We'll be doing something, I don't know, we might do a preview for the United game. We'll see. But if we don't, Merry Christmas to you all who's celebrating, and everyone who's off, have a happy holidays. And yeah, we'll definitely have something out before the new year, that's for sure. Just another comment. standing on the word, says Giovanni's great. He's no nonsense, man. He was only breaking free from the guy who was pulling his shirt, but got caught the other player who came over in the side of the head. It was an accident, pure and simple. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good to know. Anyway, bro, cheers for joining me. Yeah, thanks a lot, bro.
Oh, the Villa man.
The Villa.